Okay, good evening everyone and welcome for another new episode of Tech Sabado. Jing Garcia po ng TechSabado.com and of course the Manila Times. Tonight is April 11, 2026. So, meron naman tayong magandang usapan ngayong oras na to. So, subaybayan nyo lang po. At syempre, bago ako magsimula na ating programa, i-introduce ko ang aking mga kasama dito sa Tech Sabado since nagsimula kami noong 2015. Sa akin kanan, of course, ang veteranong executive editor ng Newsbytes.ph. Walang iba kundi si Atty.
Melvin Calimag po, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Galing po tayo sa bakasyon after Holy Week. Sana po naging magandang pagkunita niyo sa Holy Week. Whether mais po kayo ng Metro Manila or sa bahay niyo lang po in-spend ang Holy Week. Again, magandang gabi po.
And again, isa sa mga co-host natin dito sa Tech Sabado, pati natin din kasama every Saturday, siyempre ang tito ng San Pablo, Laguna.
Magandang gabi po. Raymund Tribdino po, Tito Tribs ng The Manila Times at cleantechnica.com. Magandang gabi sa lahat.
Okay, thank you aking mga co-host. At siyempre, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, maganda na naman ang usapan natin dito. A few months back, may pag-usapan din tayo something similar, but tonight, medyo going directly to the platform, yung tinatawag na crypto exchange platform. So, introduce ni Tito Tribs ang ating guest.
Yan, kasama po natin ang gwapong-gwapo.
At batang-bata.
At batang-bata.
Oo.
Si Emmanuel Ignacio, Business Development and Marketing Manager at Coins.ph. Siya po ang tagapamahala ng pagpamamalakad at pag-spread ng platform. At he earned his degree in Business Administration from the Ateneo, the Manila University. Sabihan ko na rin ng konti tungkol sa Coins.ph. Ako din kasi gusto ko malaman mabuti tungkol sa Coins.ph. It was established in 2014 and has grown into one of the country's leading cryptocurrency exchanges and financial apps, allowing millions of Filipinos here and abroad to manage their payments, digital assets, and access crypto-enabled financial services.
So, siya mag-explain sa atin ng lahat kung gusto niyo po malaman anything about cryptocurrency, paano gumamit nito at bakit kailangan nyo itong gamitin right now at bakit kailangan ito maging isa to sa mga digital assets na tinatawag at kung paano nag-work itong Coins.ph as a cryptocurrency platform exchange.
Good evening po sa inyo lahat. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Very much excited to speak more about crypto, the Philippine landscape, and ano po yung mga bagong developments natin sa world ng blockchain and cryptocurrencies.
Yan.
How do we call you, Eman?
Yes, you may call me Eman po, para mas
Eman.
madali po sa inyo.
Yes. Eman, can you tell us more about cryptocurrency and e-wallet?
Sure.
Na as if hindi alam ng mga tao kung ano ba yan. Ano ba talaga yan?
Sure, of course. Actually, kasi I also joined Coins at around 2021, 2020. And at that time, zero yung knowledge ko about cryptocurrencies, blockchain whatsoever. So if I were to go back and explain what cryptocurrency is, it's very simple actually. It's a form of digital currencies that lives on the blockchain. So next question, ano yung blockchain? Here, this is my favorite way to explain ano po yung blockchain. So sabihin natin, nung bata ko, I go to a karinderya, tapos bibili ako ng pagkain. When I make that purchase, sabihin natin, I buy 2 pieces of chicken for 100 pesos. So syempre, wallet, I bring out 100 pesos, bibigay ko sa kanya, tapos in exchange, I will get 2 pieces of chicken. So when I make that particular transaction, the only people that know about that event happening is me and syempre yung karinderya. Now, with blockchain, it revolutionizes it. It makes it so that it's quote-unquote decentralized. That's one of the key terms kasi sa blockchain at sa cryptocurrencies. Decentralized in the sense that there's no one sole owner of these records. All of the records, all of the transactions sa blockchain is recorded on a shared ledger. So meaning, now, if I go to a karinderya ulit, I buy again 2-piece chicken, and I do it on a blockchain, how it works is not only me and not only that store in particular will know about the transaction, but everyone who participates on the blockchain has access to that information. Now, next question would be, Eman,
Why?
how is that safe? Who is that safe? Is it, because what about my personal information? My name, my contact, my age, address, blah, 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 blah. So what makes the blockchain great or cool at the same sense is it is anonymous. So whatever, the only information that you can see on the blockchain is a few things. So one, we have what we call a wallet address. So sabihin lang natin bank account. So bank account, so numbers lang kita. Hindi kita yung pangalan mo, hindi kita yung address mo, hindi kita kung saan ka pinanganak, Pinoy ka ba, American,
No
Japanese.
personal information.
No personal information at all. So what's seen there is one, that account number or a wallet address, what we call it. Second would be the transaction information. So magkano ba yung binayad mo? What did you get in exchange? Who were you transacting with? Date, the time, etc. So this is the concept of the blockchain. And these cryptocurrencies or digital currencies, they live on the blockchain. So, syempre, based on that explanation, what makes blockchain, one, secure and stable. Second, resistant to tampering. Kasi you won't be able to make any changes on your particular transaction records after it has been processed. And then lastly, it is unable to be heavily influenced by any single or particular entity. So sabihin natin, superpower ng Philippines, gusto nila baguhin yung transaction information, hindi nila magagawa.
So, ibig sabihin, hindi ba tatamper? Kunyari, yung two-piece chicken, hindi ko pwede sabihin na 4 yung nakuha ko.
Exactly.
Di ba? Kasi marami magreklamo, hindi talaga 4 nakuha mo, 2 lang talaga.
Correct.
Okay. So what's the role of Coins.ph? So, dito ba pumupunta yung mga, for example, like us, na gustong bumili o mag-sell ng cryptocurrency?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
So, Coins.ph, as mentioned earlier, it's a centralized exchange, it's a cryptocurrency exchange. So, we enable our customers to buy and sell cryptocurrencies directly on our platform using the local currency in the Philippines, Philippine peso. I'll give you a short background lang, kasi the regulatory landscape here in the Philippines is quite unique. We have a very supportive central bank, and the central bank has allowed us to have 2 separate licenses. So the 2 licenses that we have currently is a license to operate as an e-wallet and a license to operate as a crypto exchange. So that's what I mean by users, when they use coins, they can deposit Philippine peso from any of their banks, any of their e-wallets, and then using that same Philippine peso, they can buy and sell cryptocurrencies. So sabihin natin, gusto ko bumili ng BTC or Bitcoin or Ethereum, I can use Coins.ph. It's very different in other countries, because other countries, the central banks or the government or the regulations here are quite unique. It is a bit more difficult to have both licenses that we have. Okay. So typically, the user flow, whenever like sabihin natin country A, the citizens want to buy cryptocurrencies. They would first have to buy stable coins, which I can get onto later naman. It's a type of cryptocurrency. Yep. They have to buy stable coins, and then from there, they can begin trading. Or they can begin trading only after buying stable coins. So Philippines, very different. We don't have, we've removed pretty much that friction na di natin kailangan.
So that's an advantage.
Very big advantage. Makes crypto much more accessible here in the Philippines and to anyone who wants to start.
Jing, pasokan ko lang ng konta legalities. Yung sinasabi ni Eman, about meron silang license from the BSP na to engage in e-wallet and cryptocurrency exchange. Ang tawag diyan secondary license.
Yep.
Ang primary license mo diyan yung registration mo as a company. In this sense siguro sa SEC sila or pag sa mga single proprietorship sa DTI. So yun ang primary license mo. For example, I'm a lending company. Nagpa-register ako sa SEC to become a corporation, a company. That's my primary license, okay? But for you to lend and solicit investment from the public, you need a separate license from the SEC.
SEC rin. Okay.
Oo. So that's another that's we call secondary license. So yung sinasabi niya, yung tawag ng secondary license, you need that. Otherwise, you cannot engage in kasi ang registration mo lang pag primary, yung as a company, okay? Yun. So it's very important that you have those licenses from the regulatory bodies.
Very correct.
Yan, correct. You have
So
questions?
you mentioned yung trading kanina. What do you mean by trading? Is that like the stock market trading or?
Yes. Actually, the crypto market naman or crypto trading is very comparable to yung mga stock market, foreign exchange, FX, mga ganun, where you can use currencies to buy and sell different types of assets. Yung assets na binibili mo in like Coins.ph, this would be cryptocurrency. So sabihin natin Bitcoin, Ethereum, these are some of the big cryptocurrencies na pwede mong bilhin using Coins.ph. And all you have to do is just load up your account with Philippine peso.
Okay. Pero pag withdraw mo yon, that'll be also Philippine peso, di ba?
Yes.
Hindi
So,
yung actually the virtual money. Hindi mo withdraw yung virtual money.
Yes, tama po yun. So the same action na you can buy, you can also sell. So sabihin natin na, okay, I've held Bitcoin or Ethereum for X amount of time. Happy na ako sa profit. I can sell it back to Philippine peso, tapos withdraw, papuntang bank or papuntang e-wallet.
So is it right to say na parang broker ang Coins.ph?
I would say it's an avenue for users to get their feet wet in terms of the cryptocurrency.
Okay.
Okay. What kind of cryptocurrencies can users buy or sell
Yeah.
sa
Especially now na alam natin napakamahal ng like Bitcoin itself, di ba? Napakamahal. Paano kami I'm sure hindi ko naman afford yung
One
$60,000
Bitcoin.
or $70,000 per coin. So
Yes.
paano ako pwede pumasok na kahit konti lang ako?
For with coins, actually, yun yung one of the bigger projects we've had over the past few years. No? Siyempre, Bitcoin right now is, I believe, 60 to 70,000 US dollars per one Bitcoin. And of course, that's not very accessible. No? Sobrang hirap naman na, I have to have $60,000 to buy one Bitcoin. So in coins, yung kagandahan ng coins, we've allowed users to buy in smaller amounts. Minimum ng Bitcoin, I believe, right now is 60 pesos. So as long as meron kang 60 pesos, makakabili ka na ng Bitcoin.
A part of that coin.
A part of that coin. So you will have ownership of Bitcoin in as low as 60 pesos.
60 pesos. Okay.
Yes.
But you mentioned, Emma, that coins is both an exchange and an e-wallet.
Correct.
So if, as an e-wallet, does it function like GCash?
Gcash,
or-
yes. Yung ganun
Very
process.
much similar.
Okay.
So in coins, as you mentioned, hindi lang siya limited to buying and selling cryptocurrencies.
Correct.
You can also do a lot of different services, paying bills, doing bank transfers, buying loan,
Correct.
etc. So what I like doing personally is, syempre, yung mga profits ko sa mga cryptocurrency trading ko, yun din yung ginagamit ko in order to pay for some of my bills, my
Correct.
utility bills,
Oh,
etc.
okay. So I use it for paying bills, only that. Just that.
Damihan mo na. Pwede mo
Oh,
yan
only
is
that.
agad.
Because I'm unfamiliar ako dun sa territory ng crypto. Totally unfamiliar and a little scared. So what will you say to somebody like me? Who's like, now you mentioned I can buy it for 60 pesos, diba? But what do you say? What will you tell me when I'm pretty happy with just paying bills because it's flawless?
Okay.
Diba? The methods are flawless. How will you convince me to go into that path?
I think kasi for cryptocurrencies, meron tayong common misconception
Okay.
na yung primary use case ng cryptocurrencies is purely for buying and selling. As in, bibili ka ng cryptocurrency at mag-aantay ka ng like 1 to 2 hours para mag-increase ng 50%, 100%, 1,000%.
Pero di ba ganun naman dapat ang purpose na?
Not exactly.
Okay.
That's one use case.
Okay.
So that's only one use case of what people can use crypto and blockchain to do.
Okay.
And I think that's where, kahit may mga magulang ko, that's what they say, scam ba yung crypto? Kasi all I hear about crypto is, I buy a coin, tas overnight, magiging 0% or whatever, yung value ng cryptocurrency ko. And I think that's a very common misconception because users or people in general,
Okay.
they look at crypto as a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yes,
Okay,
yes. Yan parati
yes.
makikita
Okay.
sa mga
Yes,
ano
yes.
sa mga ads, mga yes.
Get-rich-quick scheme. But in reality, you can use blockchain, you can use crypto for a lot of different use cases. I think ako personally, kasi I'm on the BD side also, no, business development side, I help build relationships with international partners, bringing here in the Philippines and catering their services to our customers. Right? So one of the biggest use cases, I would say, in the real world is remittance.
Oh,
So,
okay.
remittance, just backstory, Philippines. Philippines is one of the biggest countries in terms of remittance volumes. 2025, I believe we did $40 billion in remittance volumes, and we're ranked number 4.
Yeah.
Dati nasa 30 billion lang yun Di ba?
Our,
40 billion na.
our economy is
Dami.
propped up on remittances.
Sobrang daming
Dati kasi yung BPO at saka remittance, pareho lang yan
Halos
dati.
nagkakabulan,
35 billion.
Yeah, well, kasi sobrang daming OFWs from the Philippines going abroad, Dubai, States, blah, 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 trying to earn, and then they send back money here.
Correct.
So, currently, using the traditional payment rails, of course, when they want to send back or they want to remit back to their families here in the Philippines, if I'm not mistaken, it takes around 1 to 3 business days for processing.
Yes.
Depending on when you send it. So sabihin natin Friday ka mag-send.
Baka Wednesday mo pa makuha. Or
Sobrang
Tuesday.
tagal nun.
Yes,
On top of processing times, mas mahal din
the
siya.
fees.
Mas mahal yung fees. Kasi fees, double siya eh. So there's a convenience fee to transfer,
Correct.
and then may FX din.
Yeah.
Depende sa currency that you're sending, right? So I think in terms of fees, estimate ng ballpark figure, mga 400 pesos can reach 800 pesos depending on how much you transfer.
Okay.
Now, with cryptocurrency or with blockchain, we have what we call stablecoins. So stablecoins, sa madaling salita, it's a digital currency that is pegged 1:1 with a particular local currency.
Any currency.
And can be any currency.
Okay.
So,
So
in-
when you say local currency, that means piso natin.
pwede.
Okay.
Pwede. Actually, meron tayong stablecoin for Philippine peso.
Oh,
It's
okay.
called PHPC or
Okay.
Philippine Peso Coin.
Okay, okay.
In the crypto world, the most popular stablecoin right now is called USDT.
Yes, USD.
It's US dollar stablecoin. So whatever the price of US dollar or the US dollar will be, yun din yung magiging presyo namin, USDT.
Okay.
Okay.
So in terms of volatility, wala siyang volatility. Kasi
correct. Kasi
nakapeg
doon siya
siya.
nakapeg. Okay.
Nakapeg siya doon.
Okay.
So in terms of remittances, going back to that conversation. So what we promote now, or what we are trying to educate our customers now, not even our customers, just general public, Philippines in general, etc., etc. Kasi sobrang daming OFWs na ako personally, nasasayangan ako na when I hear I'm spending 500 pesos on fees, I'm spending 600 pesos on fees, I'm waiting 2 days, 3 days. What if emergency?
Correct.
Alam ko yung pera eh.
Yeah.
So what we're promoting now is educating users that there is another alternative that you can leverage to send money back from anywhere in the world back to the Philippines via stablecoins using the power of blockchain. So if you transfer funds using stablecoins through the blockchain, hindi lang siya cheaper, hindi lang siya more cost efficient, mas mabilis din siya. In terms of fees, I'm not sure what other exchanges have, right, in terms of fees, but coins particularly, we charge around, it's either 1.5 pesos or 15 pesos. I forgot the decimals. But that's a fixed rate.
Okay.
Regardless of how much you send, 100 pesos yan,
okay.
100,000 pesos yan, 1 million pesos yan, 1 billion pesos yan. Whatever amount, you will only pay either 1.5 pesos or 15 pesos. And then in terms of processing time, sobrang bilis. It's not even comparable.
Almost real time ba?
Almost real time, I would say maximum 15 minutes.
Okay.
For most options, you can transfer in as little as 15 minutes.
Okay.
Sige. Before we delve more on the cryptocurrency world, magbe-break muna ang Tech Sabado and after this couple of reminders. Hi, this is Jing Garcia of TechSabado.com and of course, the Manila Times. Like, share, and subscribe our social media assets on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, we're back dito sa Tech Sabado and we're still talking to Emmanuel Ignacio of Coins.ph para po sa additional knowledge natin regarding cryptocurrency. So kanina we were already talking about remittances sa mga sa mga OFWs regarding paggamit ng stable coins. Marami na ba ng OFWs gumagamit ito?
Sobrang dami.
Talaga?
Dami.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sa Coins.ph.
Yes, sobrang dami because we have a lot of different initiatives now where we go to different countries, recently Hong Kong.
Okay.
Now we speak to the OFWs mismo.
So they understand how it works.
That's our goal. That's
Okay.
our goal is to educate
Okay.
these OFWs in the Philippines. Well, obviously OFWs nasa ibang bansa.
Oo.
Educate these OFWs on how to use stable coins as a means of remitting money back. And syempre, one of the main focuses is safe siya. Hindi because that's mostly yung parang kinatatakutan nila
na ma-scam yan.
blah, blah,
yung mga
blah.
ganun. So, kasi baka, minsan kasi, di ba nga, sabi mo nga, yung promise of a quick rich gimmick, hindi ganun yung yung dapat ibigay na idea sa kanila.
Correct.
More on savings.
More on savings and more on yung driving the point that there are other real-world use cases that can be used.
Sige. Can you share yung mga other,
Sure.
yung mga other world use cases?
So remittance, I think, is the number one. I think in the Philippine market, remittance talaga yung pinaka big selling point. But on top of that, other countries kasi, they use stable coins and crypto as a means of hedge against hyperinflation. Okay. So there are countries like Zimbabwe, Argentina, Venezuela, na the local currency there sobrang volatile na in the span of a few months
Grabe
pwedeng
inflation
bumaba.
nila, di ba?
Diba?
Inflation nila.
Sobrang lala ng
Argentina
inflation
lalo.
nila. Exactly.
Thousands percent.
Exactly. So right now, I'm already reading articles that the locals in these countries, especially Argentina, they're already pivoting to utilizing stable coins in their everyday lives. So rather than just holding their local currency, they just buy USDT or any of these stable coins, USDT being the biggest, and then they use that. So they don't have to see the value of their money slowly depreciating. They can just USDT, and then if you want to pay like for bills, for groceries, pwede na nagbitin. Because that's what these countries are looking to do now. I think I saw research late last year that more and more businesses are adopting stable coins into their everyday lives. Para hindi na ma-stress yung mga customers nila, individuals nila na baba ng local currency namin. So that's another one. I think that's one of the secondary use cases that we can use for cryptocurrencies or for blockchain in particular. And then lastly, touching a bit na lang, pero not that big of a focus in my opinion, trading. Kasi like, when you want to buy stocks, sabihin natin US stocks, or sabihin natin FX, gusto mo magpalit ng funds, right? You have to wait for typically a certain business hour. If you want to buy US stocks here in the Philippines, kahit anong brokerage gagamitin mo, you have to wait till either 9 p.m., 10 p.m., depending on daylight savings. Yeah. And if there's an opportunity, you can't really seize it outside of those business hours. Correct. Now, if you trade crypto, you can do it 24/7. So regardless of kung gabi yan, kung weekend yan, Saturday, Sunday, you can use it. Okay. And the beauty of crypto trading is now we're in a point where we're growing so fast that a lot of different assets are now are now getting introduced into the blockchain, into the crypto space. So if you're familiar with, I'm sure you're familiar with mga Tesla, Apple, Nvidia, there are now tokenized versions that you can buy using crypto.
Ang impact nito sa sa legacy financial industry, I'm still old school. I'm sure old school pa rin yung nila approach nila, pero pagdating dito, anong nagiging impact nito sa kanila? Mga bangko, mga regular banks.
I would say it's not a direct competitor. What we always say is it helps supplement the ongoing, whatever is the structures right now. It helps supplement that. So it's not meant to eliminate it completely because of course there will still be use cases for these traditional payments, traditional railways, etc. It's just an added avenue that users can also tap on top of.
Like e-wallet.
Correct.
Oh, gano'n.
Like e-wallet.
Para complement.
To make things easier, to make things more efficient, supplementary.
Okay. How's the adoption rate, Emma? You mentioned a lot of OFWs are using it to send remittances. So, marami bang ano?
Lagay natin dalawang level, attorney. One, OFWs and locally.
Yes.
Di ba?
Yes.
Gawin natin ganun.
I think I can answer it both na lang.
Okay.
Philippines, fun fact for Philippines, it's always been in the top 10 worldwide in terms of countries that are adoption ng cryptocurrencies. Ever since 2018, 2019, more or less, we've never dropped below the top 10 countries in terms of crypto adoption. And I think that's because mainly, well, one, sobrang daming crypto users that got introduced during the 2021, 2022 Axie Infinity, if natanda niyo yung Axie Infinity. But on top of that, more important would be the OFW use case, the remittance use case.
Okay.
It's a very big hook to entice more people to get into using, blockchain for everyday use case.
Ang ganda ng position ng Coins.ph kasi ang laki ng OFW din natin ng market natin.
Correct. At saka being both e-wallet kasi and an exchange. Because that I mentioned earlier, I've tried using it only for bills. Not even going into I'm checking it right now. I was looking while you were talking. Meron silang promo for USDT ngayon, mga stuff like that, and you can see all of that. Because I've never used it for that. Just for the But well, you mentioned earlier ito mahalaga to eh. You mentioned earlier that the amount that is the convenience fee or service fee, you mentioned 1.5 or 15. And that's very small compared to, say, other venues na alam natin international like PayPal. Diba? PayPal has a different way of charging services. And I think that's also being used by paying from abroad or even for remittances. Is the service fee the only large advantage of coins? How about like security and stuff like that, right? Because when I remembered when I signed up, I had to go through this verification process. So, what can we communicate about that?
Sure. I think if it's from that perspective, important to also consider the competitors that we have in the space.
Okay.
So like, for example, for Coins.ph, we have competitors on the e-wallet side, but also we have competitors on the exchange side, the cryptocurrency side.
Right.
So one thing to note about coins is, of course, I mentioned earlier, we're already regulated by BSP and we also have a license with the SEC. So syempre, very uptight yung pag-monitoring nila. Just 3 weeks ago, the BSP was in our office. We have regular meetups with the BSP to make sure that everything that we're doing, operationally, financially, technically, they're all sound and they're all also approved by the BSP as our governing, of course. So we have that. We're protected in the sense that all of the funds of our users, we have security protocols to ensure na whatever happens, we can help.
Okay.
Second would be, there's a lot of unlicensed exchanges, I would say, that are currently operating in the Philippines right now. And syempre, I'm not trying to, badmouth them or anything. Right. But if something happens to your funds and you're using these unlicensed exchanges, there's really no office or avenue that you can tap into to ask for help. Wala kang habol. But with coins, syempre, dahil may BSP kami, you can go to BSP, you can complain about coins. And of course, even before that complaint happens, our team is already on top of things na, okay, may nangyari ba dito? Ano yung pwedeng natin gawin? Blah, 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 blah.
Speaking of which, Eman, do you have something like PDIC type na insurance na sa mga
just in case
cryptocurrency
nawalan yung or ma-wipe out?
I think for PDIC insurance kasi more on the non-crypto side siya eh.
Oh, yes.
So for the crypto holdings, as of now, wala pa kami.
Wala pa
kami.
Is there such a initiative na
may conversations about with
that's a
crypto world?
That's a good question kasi syempre lots of, even my mom, I would ask, PDIC insured ba yung coins? Blah, blah, blah. We're in the talks. That's all I'll say, in the talks.
You have an organization among yung mga
local
cryptocurrency firms in the Philippines?
I would say my partnership.
Okay.
Pero wala kayong
wala pa organization.
Kumbaga, TODA.
Yung mga fintech alliance.
Fintech alliance. Laki TODA.
Meron na siya, but I guess since medyo bago pa rin yung crypto, it's only getting adopted right now. Hindi pa siya as foundational.
Okay.
So probably in the next few months, in the next few years, we will have a better structure in terms of how cryptocurrency operates here in the Philippines. Na players, we're all in the same team, blah blah blah.
But I think, having said that and looking at blockchain itself as a safety measure, di ba, for crypto. So, a crypto exchange, Coins.ph, you work to make sure that investments in that crypto space will already be safe. Kasi we know that all of the crypto that are included there aren't like, fly-by-night, whatever. Kasi pag binasa ko yung list, may mga crypto na alam nating lumalaksi mo na wala dun sa listahan. Di ba? You know what I mean? So in that sense, I think, or correct me if I'm wrong, the understanding is that it's already safe because there was already like a vetting of all of the cryptocurrencies included in your exchange. Is that the correct understanding?
That is correct. So before any token or cryptocurrency gets listed on Coins.ph or gets supported on Coins.ph, our team, well actually my team, because I'm also part of that particular team that handles this crypto development side.
Yep.
Our team takes a look at multiple factors. We have what we call a due diligence process to make sure that any token that gets listed on Coins, we did a very thorough background check. Na hindi lang sila scam, hindi lang sila what we call loophole, etc.
Hindi mga fly-by-night.
Correct. On top of that, some cryptocurrencies are also by nature more secure. So of course the stable coins, but on top of stable coins, we have what we call RWA tokens, real world asset tokens. I'm not sure if you've heard, but I was in
First time I heard it.
First time I heard it,
Okay, so I was in another interview with this in Coins also. We were talking about real world assets or RWA tokens. So RWA tokens is something that we have our eyes set on for the past few months already, and I think for the foreseeable future kasi there's more adoption. So basically, RWA tokens are cryptocurrencies that are backed with certain commodities. I guess the easiest way or the easiest example would be gold-backed tokens. We have two gold-backed tokens right now. It's called XAUT, and there's another one called PAXG. So medyo gibberish yung terminologies, but all you have to know about these tokens is they're issued by top companies, and at the same time, the price of these cryptocurrencies for XAUT and also for PAXG they track the overall price of gold. So whatever the price of gold is, yun din yung magiging presyo ng XAUT, PAXG. And we were just running a competition or a campaign recently. So yung parang buy USDT, we had something like that for XAUT.
Okay. So,
Go.
bigla ko lang naisip kasi yung karinderya example. So, yung katapat namin, karinderya. And pinag-uusapan namin palagi yung GCash. Nagbabayad ako sa kanya ng GCash. Tapos biglang naisip ko lang doon sa example mo, bakit di ako magbayad ng Coins.ph? Kasi yung GCash actually, pag sisingil ka, pag i-encash mo, laki ng perang mabawala sa'yo eh. If you encash 1,000, I think you lose 35 pesos, I'm not sure. Basta, but if you do it on this platform, it will be minimal. Diba? Sabi mo nga, yung transactions can be... So how do we convince naman the karinderya in front of our house to go into this?
Okay, before you answer that question, mag-break muna tayo. Break muna ang Tech Sabado, and we'll be back after a few reminders.
Hello, I'm Melvin Calimag of Newsbytes.ph. Please like, subscribe, and share Tech Sabado on Facebook and YouTube.
Okay, we're back dito sa Tech Sabado, and syempre pag-uusapan pa rin natin about cryptocurrency and paano ito gamitin, especially dito sa Pilipinas. And may hanging question nga kanina bago tayo nag-break regarding that, karinderya question. Okay.
Sure. I think to answer that question, it all comes down to adoption.
Yes.
Adoption kasi syempre, some players here in the Philippines, they've been in the space, specifically on the e-wallet side, for a very long time that their brand image and their brand presence is already established. And it's also very strong already. here in the local scene.
Okay.
Coins, for the past, I would say, 5 years, 4 years, the main focus has always been on the crypto side. And then now, we're the largest player. We have 72% market share in terms of monthly active users in the country. So we're slowly pivoting our focus, not anymore on the crypto side, but also on the e-wallet side.
Okay.
So if you're following our social media platforms, we have a lot of on-the-ground activations. We have a lot of partnerships that we're launching on the e-wallet side with traditional payment partners. And I think over time, maybe in the next few years, I don't see it happening instantly kasi syempre the scene is very different. Non-crypto and crypto side is very different. So on the e-wallet side, on the traditional payment side, we're working on building our presence. Okay. And eventually, you will start seeing the ability of customers or our users to use coins to pay for more everyday items. Because right now, we're already present in PLDT.
Ma'am, nandito na po tayo. Barya lang ha.
Okay po, tumatanggap din ng coins.
Siyempre po, tumatanggap.
We're integrated in a lot of partners, but I would say sobrang dami pa kailangan gawin.
Tama.
And that's the direction that we're pushing for. Kasi yun, established na yung crypto side eh.
Oh.
More on the non-crypto side, the e-wallet side, the payment side. Yun na yung next step in our pipeline.
Ang laki ng e-wallet natin dito, no? Market natin kasi pero despite that, malaki pa rin yung untapped market, di ba?
Yeah.
When it comes to e-wallet. Pero yung mga Pilipino kasi, gusto ko lang sabihin, yung mga Pilipino, ang bilis nag-adapt, especially nung pandemic. They adapted so much sa e-wallet. Lahat sa atin ang ginagamit. Are you going to tap the same? Are you tapping the same people for that? Kasi I'm sure may mga ibang na silang gamit eh.
Yeah, we're tapping those people and at the same time, everyone else. So, syempre, more and more people will enter into the e-wallet space. Yung mga bago pa lang teenager, syempre, whenever they want to choose an e-wallet, will I choose this? Will I choose this?
Yes,
will I choose this? So I think that's more of like a branding play, a marketing play, to make sure that we're well positioned. Now, we're not just an e-wallet, we have other services, we can do crypto. We're building an app that is all-inclusive, a power app, as you may say. Now, you can do a lot of different things, and that's one of the selling points that we're trying to paint.
Maganda yung example mo kanina. Sabi mo, your investments in crypto, you use it to pay your bills. So, di ba parang ang ganda kasi my question earlier included the fact that if you are going through another another e-wallet pala, what happens is that may charge you pag pina-encash mo yung di ba yung pera, but in the case or in the example that you mentioned, you can actually use your earnings to pay bills.
Correct.
Right? So it's to me it's very encouraging, especially for the common man to look into crypto, and you're convincing me.
Thank you.
A person who's scared about it, 'di ba? Parang
Maraming salamat
okay
po.
'yun, 'di ba? Ang dami pa lang. Pero ang next question diyan is that who will guide me on what will I invest in crypto?
Okay.
Are you doing this? Are you doing this as a service as well?
Like if I
Guiding
open the
people
app
Of course. I'm a very big proponent na education first. So we don't want, like, ikaw, for example, very new to the space. We don't want na, sali ka dahil madali lang to eh.
Yeah.
It's more of building a good foundation that, okay, crypto is here. These are the different use cases of cryptocurrencies. Hindi lang siya get rich quick scheme. There's a lot of different potential avenues that you can leverage crypto on. And that's one of the another main focus of Coins actually right now. Ako personally, I go around the Philippines. I've been to Baguio, I've been to multiple schools talking about cryptocurrency. Similar to this, but more on the foundational knowledge. No? Mga students pa lang na, okay, we have this. Ito yung mga use cases to. You can use this. These are the risks. These are the things that you have to consider before you jump in. Because we want to make, the image that we want to portray is an informed community is a powered community. Now, we're giving you all of the information, and then kayo na bahala. Based on the information that we're feeding you, does it make sense?
Yeah.
Does it align with what you want to use moving forward? So that's the goal. We have a lot of educational initiatives lined up for 2026. We're partnering with a lot of schools, like ako, alma mater ko, Ateneo. We were just there, I think 3 weeks ago. We were in UP last week. We have outstanding invitations from a lot of different schools. And we're building a team specifically for that.
Okay.
So we're taking this seriously. We don't want to just make the common person think of crypto as get rich quick scheme.
Very interesting. No? We're going through the schools because they're the digital natives. Familiar sila sa crypto.
Oh, the young ones, of course.
Diba? And then gaming, because I'm sure in gaming, the concept of crypto is very, very, very clear to them also. Again, do you have awareness programs for people who are not digital?
Yes, we do, and it's something that is also in the pipeline.
Okay.
I think the main focus would be the digital native first.
Okay.
It's much easier to get them on board. But on top of that, we have another team that's more on the government focus.
Oh,
Kasi
okay.
these are the people that are supporting us
Correct.
really on our adoption and our blossoming or whatever, blossoming of cryptocurrencies in the Philippines. So last year, if I'm not mistaken, we partnered with the team behind USDT,
Okay.
the biggest stablecoin in the Philippines, worldwide, biggest stablecoin worldwide, and we had a function in our office. So we invited all of the top government officials there. We were explaining, okay, this is what crypto is. This is what stablecoins is. This is the potential of stablecoins. So it's all comprehensive, I guess, strategy that we have planned.
Okay.
Eman, just to kasi yung mga tao, medyo takot sila to go into cryptocurrency. Kasi nga parang there's this shadowy or image na baka biglang mag-collapse or something like that. What will happen for example, let's say for example, Ethereum. 'Di ba? You offer that sa coin. What happens if that type of cryptocurrency suddenly vanishes? What will happen to
The investment.
to their fans, to their
I think it's similar to how
Stock market
works. Actually, kasi all investments, regardless of if it's quote-unquote safe, quote-unquote volatile, quote-unquote risky, they each carry their own set of risks. Sabihin natin, Google. Ako personally, I have Google stock. I have different US stocks, the top S&P 500. If things happen to these companies, syempre ako rin sasabitin ako.
Yeah.
I think it's quite similar to how Ethereum is. Ethereum and Bitcoin, they're the two largest cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. But if something were to happen to them, similar to how Tesla or Nvidia or Google maybe can have a similar outcome, magiging pares lang.
So, paano nangyayari ngayon sa Bitcoin this past several weeks? Napaka-volatile ng pricing niya, di ba? From 100,000, biglang bumagsak ng 60. So, ibig sabihin nun, yun yung risk na tawag natin na yung investment. So, ang dito, yung the ordinary people, hindi kailangan i-invest lahat yung kanyang money. So, kumbaga meron lang siyang, like for me, sa stock market, yung extra money ko lang na ayaw kong patulugin sa bangko, yun ang i-invest ko ngayon sa stock market. Parang ganun lang din bang approach sa cryptocurrency?
Pwede. Yeah, actually that's true. Ako personally, I won't speak on behalf of Coins na kasi medyo advice na to. And we don't want to give financial advice as Coins.
Correct.
But me personally, how I choose my investments is I think of crypto as an additional way to diversify my investments.
Okay.
At the same time na you don't want to have just one industry sa stock market. I want puro healthcare, puro tech. You want to have, like for example, ETFs, index funds that are broader in the cryptocurrency market, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all of these other cryptocurrencies, is just a way that you can get more diversification. Na there's upside to holding crypto, but then there's of course also downside to holding crypto. So being able to balance that depending on your risk appetite. So for example, ako, bata pa ako, so I have a longer time horizon.
Yeah.
So I don't mind looking at Bitcoin as, okay, I'll hold this for the next 10 years, 20 years. In the span of 10 years, 20 years, for sure, bababa, tataas, etc., etc. It's just a risk that I've decided, okay, I'm willing to take it because of the upside, the potential upside.
Pero hindi ganun ang mindset ng OFWs.
Yes.
Na long term. Sila short term eh. Yung papadala lang nila yung remittances na papadala lang nila sa pamilya na gagastusin ngayon.
Yes.
Ganun ang when it comes to... So, mangyayari, parang for them, ang cryptocurrency is just an e-wallet. Parang tingin ko
As an e-wallet, pwede rin siya gamitin for remittance, that's the main probably.
Not really investment, ang medyo hindi So, paano mo ngayon ko-convince niya yung mga...
Or marami na ba kayong OFWs?
Yung mga ibang tao na, yes, this is a long-term investment. Kasi ganun sa stocks So, nangyari nga anyway, parang ko sinasabi, dati, cryptocurrency was fun until Wall Street came in. Kasi bilang naging parang stock market bigla yung cryptocurrency. So, ngayon, feeling ko nga, yung cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoins, parang ako personal perspective ko dun. Yun na nga, parang e-wallet na lang ang mangyayari for that part. Hindi talaga investment platform. Kasi as you said, kasi nga, it's an exchange platform. Diba?
I would say, like, how, in question is how to convince people to invest in cryptocurrencies. Personally, para sa akin, I think the Filipino community in general, we're not as knowledgeable yet or educated yet to be more intentional with investments. Be more intentional with investments.
Yun actually sila sa stock market dahil napakaliit ng stock market community. Yung sabihin, the people who actually invest in the stocks, napakaliit pa rin compared to compared sa US. Sa US talagang even their future, yung 401k, in their future, di ba? Yung tawag nila dito, yung retirement money nila, nasa stock market.
Yeah, I think the next step there, I wouldn't say it's an issue. I think the next step there is more on educating the Filipinos na, if you want to live a more comfortable life, you have to be able to utilize your funds better. Kahit small lang naman, kahit sobrang liit lang amount, if you're saving that for your future, if you're investing that for your future, there are certain options. I think that's not anymore a question of how we can convince Filipinos to invest in cryptocurrency. It's more of how can we convince Filipinos to invest in general.
Eman, what's the vetting and approval process ng Coins.ph sa mga cryptocurrency? What if niyan, for example, kami nila Tito Trip sa Tito Jing magbuo ng Tech Sabado coins?
Okay.
So, what would make Coins.ph accredit us?
Yeah.
Okay, sige. Pag gusto niyo sabihin mo, ako bahala.
Pwede pala.
But to answer your question,
Paano mga meme coins lang kami?
we can talk about that separately. But to answer your question, it's through our due diligence process.
Okay.
So our due diligence process, very comprehensive siya. We take a look at multiple factors. Not exhaustive, but to name a few. One, the market capitalization, how big the cryptocurrency is. Two, the volume that's being coursed to the token. So for example, how many traders buy and sell this particular token? Three, where it is currently supported. So we also take a look at how readily available it is in the current scene.
Okay.
And then we also have a deep dive analysis on the team behind the project. So how reputable are they? Scam ba sila?
Correct.
So these are four of, I think mga 20 ata. We take a look at a lot of different things.
Okay.
We also take a look at the security. We audit the token itself. Kasi the token itself, there's technology there, there's script, there's
the script.
Yeah, take a look at that also. We have a separate team that handles that.
Okay.
So very comprehensive, but I think for conversation's sake, yun lang. The top four is easiest one to talk about.
Minention niya yung where So, ibig sabihin, pag galing sa North Korea, yung baka hindi katanggap-tanggap.
Ganun na nga. Anyway, we'll continue our discussion regarding cryptocurrency and its use here in the Philippines. Pagbalik po ng Tech Sabado after this few
Raymund Tribdino of the Manila Times and cleantechnica.com. Like, follow, subscribe Tech Sabado on YouTube and Facebook.
Okay, we're back dito sa Tech Sabado. At syempre kasama pa rin natin si Emmanuel Ignacio, siya po ang Business Development and Marketing Manager of Coins.ph. Okay, guusapan po natin yung yung paggamit po ng tamang paggamit ng cryptocurrency dito sa Pilipinas kasi nga they're trying to introduce this new hindi man new pero how and why should Filipinos be using using cryptocurrency in a proper way? Kasi nga may maraming kanina lang pinag-usapan natin, may maraming scams, maraming mga issues na kumbaga tanong yung mga Filipinos, especially mga investors, na tanong nila how to get into it kasi marami naman gustong marami naman talagang curious about it. Yun nga lang, hindi nga na alam kung paano sila makakapasok. Paano nga ba? How easy it is, kunyari sa Coins.ph, sa platform nyo, paano sila kagad makakakuha ng cryptocurrency?
Simulan natin sa pag-download ng app.
Sige.
Yeah, okay. Well, yung pag-download ng app, very simple. Just go to your Google Play Store or Apple Store. Just click download. In terms of the registration process, I would say very standard siya compared to other e-wallets, other exchanges. All you have to do is government-issued ID, selfie, and then yun na. You can already start depositing. In terms of yung process, the verification process, or what we call KYC process, that verification process takes 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Sobrang bilis lang siya. So there's really not much barrier to entry. Very simple. And yeah, we have a lot of different initiatives right now wherein, we're spreading the word about coins, and then we have different steps on how to create an account, how to verify, and then how to begin officially your either trading or the use of our e-wallet.
Is there a minimum to start?
Minimum to start, 60 pesos.
Ayun na yung sasabi mo, like you said kanina, for 60 pesos, meron ka ng part of Bitcoin. Pero kung nakakapili ako kung gusto ko sa Ethereum or another cryptocurrency, or Coins.ph decide for this?
We have different minimum buy amounts or minimum amounts to buy certain cryptocurrencies. So,
For Bitcoin.
for Bitcoin, 60 pesos. For Ethereum, 60 pesos. For XRP, I think 60 pesos. But in general, yung mga ibang tokens, the lowest minimum we have, the highest minimum we have is 100 pesos.
100 pesos.
So regardless of the token that you want to buy, kung may 100 pesos ka, for sure swak. Pasok yung budget mo.
How's the adoption rate right now? How many users do you have? Can you disclose that?
Adoption rate, yeah, I think I can discuss. I also share it naman with mga partners. Right now, we have 18 million app downloads.
Wow.
And tama to. We have the peak monthly active users that we had so far is 6.8 million. So meaning, in the span of 1 month, yung peak namin was 6.8 million users actively using coins. So malaki.
6.8 million.
6.8 million.
Active,
Ano yan? Based here in the Philippines?
Oh, yun nga. Do you know na kung based sila dito or somewhere
I think worldwide, but kasi
OFWs. Hindi dito.
OFWs. But majority kasi of our users in coins are really based in the Philippines.
Okay.
So I would say a huge chunk of that 6.8 million, a huge chunk of that 18 million na registered users are residing in the Philippines.
Do you do yung e-KYC, mga ganun?
KYC? Yes, we do. We support users to register for accounts worldwide, just for some select jurisdictions, yung mga risky countries. High-risk countries that are, they have a list naman eh.
Mga North Korea.
Binalik na naman natin yung North Korea.
Yung mga kadalasan countries na...
Kasi dito, Tito Jing, sa akin, meron akong favorites na So, 4 yan. Pero ngayon ko lang na-discover kasi hindi ko nga pinapakalaman. Ang dami.
Daming pera ng Tito Trips.
Ang dami pala niya, lahat. Ang dami
Oo,
niya.
ang daming
Di ba?
So sa coins, there are 2 ways to buy and sell cryptocurrencies. We have what we call convert. It's also known as the one-click buy and sell. Ito yung more beginner-friendly. For example, kayo po, kung bibili po kayo ng Bitcoin and you don't know much about cryptocurrencies, you can use our convert feature, our one-click buy and sell. It's very straightforward. You just input there how much you want to buy and then click.
Okay. Yan na, buy.
Yun. Parang ganun po yun.
Pero 4 million eh. 60 pesos lang ang bibili ko.
Same as same din sa stock market, buy low, sell high, ganun lang din.
Parang ganun. And then, the second way to buy cryptocurrencies is through our platform called Coins Pro. So, Coins Pro,
okay.
ito yung tinatawag naming pang-seasoned traders. Or not naman seasoned traders. It's a more advanced way of buying and selling cryptocurrencies. You can use a lot more different trading types, mga market order, limit order, stop loss, mga ganun. Para at least you take home or you can make the most out of whatever you trade.
Pero sigurado doon sa 4-6 million na yun, may mga seasoned traders doon.
For sure. For
Or
sure.
naglalaro talaga sila, playing talaga.
Meron po kaming maraming whales. So at least, regardless of your education level, regardless of your how much you know about crypto, you can choose which option you want to use.
Marami bang bumitaw ng Bitcoin?
Bitcoin?
Itong with the up-down prices?
I would say parang mas marami bumibili.
Mas maraming bumibili.
Based on the daily.
Bumili na
Bumibili
ako,
sila
bumili
ngayon
na
kasi
ako.
mababa.
600 pesos.
Mas marami bumibili ngayon.
What are the... sorry.
Go.
Tanong ko lang ano yung mga popular cryptocurrency aside from Bitcoin, Ethereum, ano pa yung mga popular ones?
I would
Supposedly parang, kung gusto
Safe.
mag-invest, gusto ko mag-invest nga outside Bitcoin and Ethereum, ano pa ba available?
The popular cryptocurrencies, popular is subjective. Pero para sa akin, popular is ano yung pinakamalaki in terms of market capitalization. Kasi kung mas malaki yung market capitalization ng token na yun, at least you have a level of assurance na, okay, mas stable siya compared to other options.
Okay.
So Bitcoin is number 1. Number 2 is Ethereum. We have XRP or Ripple. We have Solana. We have Sui. We have a lot of different. I think those are the top ones.
Why is there a need to have many cryptocurrencies?
Okay. Well, I like using the stock market as a comparison because it's easier to explain it that way. So in the same way na in the stock market, there's lots of different industries, right? There's tech, there's healthcare, etc. In the world of cryptocurrency, same lang din siya. We have different sectors, or sectors is what we call industries. So we have different sectors. We have meme coins, we have stable coins, we have ARWA, we have gaming, we have AI, and it caters to different people. So for example, ako, if I was playing Axie Infinity dati, tapos gusto kong bumili ng SLP, very big ako in the gaming sector. Focus ko would be the gaming tokens for my portfolio. But at the same time, each sector, I would say, has its own showtime or limelight. Na like last year, sobrang popular ng AI tokens. And then earlier last year, sobrang laki ng meme coin tokens or these sectors. So you have different choices. And our job or our role here in Coins is to be able to make that accessible. So regardless of what type of sector you want to specialize in or you want to focus or you want to buy, we try to give you as many offerings as possible. Of course, given na dapat vetted sila, dapat they pass our due diligence. We don't list for the sake of listing.
Eman, last question for me. I heard you have parang info drive sa mga schools ba to target the millennials or the young population? Yeah, tell us more about it.
Sure. We have what we call a Bitcoin Builder program. Syempre, as an entry point, we want to be able to explain Bitcoin more. Rather than other tokens na, for example, Bonk or SHIB na that might not be as well known. So a good entry point is always going to be Bitcoin. It's the most popular cryptocurrency. So we have partnered with multiple schools already. It's a 4-year program where we will
4-year?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We will be going through the different stages, parang curriculum lang.
Correct.
Like everyday curriculum where we showcase, start basics, blockchain.
Yep.
And then second, cryptocurrency. What is a cryptocurrency? Third, use cases. Fourth, different types of cryptocurrencies, etc. It's a well-built curriculum by our team. And I'm not sure if we're rolling it out already right now, but it's definitely going to be happening very soon.
Interesting. So, it's slowly inching to the academe yung cryptocurrency and blockchain.
Yes.
That's
What's
good.
interesting also is whenever we have these talks outside of the Bitcoin Builder program, kasi outside of that, we also do appearances. Ako, myself, my teammates, we go to these different schools. We talk with the different department heads, and they also are interested in having like a crypto or blockchain organization. Then they're planning to do an inter-school organization, and then I think that's one of the best ways to educate the new generation. Because the new generation, as you mentioned, tech-savvy sila, it's easier for them to understand these types of concepts.
Yes.
But that's just one angle that we're focusing.
Okay, napaka-informative na naman tong oras na to. Pero bago tayo magtapos, sa Tech Sabado, I would like to give the floor to Iman again para to invite everyone
Yes.
on
To
how to
Coins.ph.
use Coins.ph.
Sure.
Iman, floor is yours.
Well, for me, I don't want to give any financial advice, but I would say the best way to learn about something is to start it. In Coins, we've made it very easy. We've made it very, wala masyadong friction in terms of how you can start an account. I mentioned earlier, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, meron ka ng approved or verified account. And once you're verified, you can start with 60 pesos, 100 pesos. It's a very small amount. But when the act of starting is important because you will never know the technology behind the blockchain or the technology behind crypto if you don't start. Ako mismo, I was saying a while ago, I started 2020, 2021. At that time, I was very scared. Kasi syempre, cryptocurrency sobrang volatile. Wala akong alam about it. I didn't do anything. It took me 1.5 years before I was intentional about, okay, I have to learn about cryptocurrencies. Not only because it's part of my job, but at the same time, in my opinion, it's the future. And just starting with as little as 60 pesos can go a long way. You can learn how to buy and sell crypto. You can learn how to send and receive crypto from your friends, from your family members. Ako personally, I went to Australia last month. Or not last month. August of last year. And I was trying to get payment for a purchase that I had with my sister-in-law. And our whole problem or ordeal was, shucks, Australian dollar, di ko ma-convert into Philippine peso. Okay. Sobrang hirap nun eh. So I was like, okay, yeah, I think we can use crypto here. We can use blockchain. So yung ginawa namin, I had my sister-in-law make a wallet or a crypto wallet that's local in Australia. So we topped it up with Australian dollar, converted it to USDT, pinadala namin yung USDT to my Coins wallet, and then from my Coins wallet, I converted it back into peso. That whole process took 15 minutes.
Wow.
15 minutes from the top up to the conversion to the sending to the Coins wallet back to the Philippine peso. 15 minutes lahat. And I think I paid 75 pesos worth of fees.
Wow. At dahil dyan, bibili na kami ng Bitcoin. 10 Bitcoins, 15, 20 Bitcoins.
Pa-commission na lang po ako dyan.
Ayan, okay. With cryptocurrency, the future is already now.
Yes.
Okay, maraming salamat, Emmanuel Ignacio, the Business Development and Marketing Managers of Coin.ph. Thank you very much. A very interesting and enlightening discussion about cryptocurrency, especially to sa Philippines, di ba?
Yes. Thank you very much also for having me. It was a very good pleasure.
Thank you.
I'm always here to help support the growth and education of blockchain in the Philippines.
Okay, thank you again, Eman. Also, we'd like to thank our venue for this very beautiful place we're in right now, yung Quad by Action Group here at the Asian Century Center in BGC. Limang Siglo, headed by J.R. Contreras and his Angels. Okay?
Okay, paalam na.
Paalam na.
Paalam na tayo. Maraming po salamat. Kita-kita po ulit tayo next week. Ito, Tribs, ko naman.
Magandang gabi po at maraming salamat. I'm convinced. So, ang una kong napili ko na yung una kong pipiliin. Pinahita ko.
Ano?
May 60 pesos ka na ba?
Meron na ako
BCH,
60 pesos.
Bitcoin Cash.
Akala ko kahit yung Trump,
Trump meme.
Trump meme eh.
Akala ko kanina USDT, US dollar Trump. Anyway, sige po, yan mo. Jing Garcia po ng TechSabado.com and of course, the Manila Times. Bukas po, Sunday Business and IT sa Manila Times. Huwag niyo pong kalimutan. At maraming salamat po. And I hope you learned a lot from this hour of, of discussion regarding cryptocurrency. Until next week, goodbye and good night. Thank you very much. Hi, this is Jing Garcia of TechSabado.com and of course, the Manila Times. Like, share, and subscribe our social media assets on Facebook and YouTube.
Raymund Tribdino of the Manila Times and CleanTechnica.com. Like, follow, subscribe Tech Sabado on YouTube and Facebook.
Hello, I'm Melvin Calimag of Newsbytes.ph. Please like, subscribe, and share Tech Sabado on Facebook and YouTube.